Hey guys, finally he sleeps here. We are back with the wife's Sonic, and the issue we have right now is she's leaking antifreeze, and we've tracked it down to the water pump is where the leak is. So we're gonna go ahead and swap out the water pump. It's not a small fix. I'm just gonna say it. It's a pretty elaborate fix because you have to take the air box out, you have to unmount the engine, and you have to pull the wheel to get into it, pull the serpentine belt. There's a lot of stuff that has to be adjusted to get to it. But when you say all that, it sounds crazy. It's really not that big a deal once you look at all of the components and try to break it down. We're gonna take a look at it today and see how quick we can get it swapped out. All right, here we are on the passenger side of the engine. This right here, this unit, that is the water pump. And as you can see, it's kind of tight in there to the frame. We're underneath the front of the car, and there is plastic shrouding all along here that is blocking our access to the radiator. Here's the shroud that we pulled off. All we had was a couple of Torx screws here in the front and a couple of bolts to remove on the sides. So just 4 and the whole thing comes down. So here is the front of the car on the passenger side, and there is the drain valve. So we're gonna just put a screwdriver there in the side and release it, but we need to have a pan down here underneath. This is where things can get messy. So I've got a little screwdriver up on the button. If I can go ahead and pull it out. Right. So there it is. Drain plug's removed. Now we should be able to take this and it'll really start coming out. All right, here we are on the side of the fender where I've pulled the passenger wheel off, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull off this shroud right here, the fender liner. There's a few of these clip snaps and then underneath, and then take that down. I may have to remove some clips out of this one to get access to it, but I want that one out so I can get light in here and possibly get to what I need on the belt. So these are the clips, and these are what's in here. And how we do it is I'll use a pry tool and get behind the upper portion and just pry it out, and then pulls the clips out. So you can see that it ended up being 2 clips and a Torx bolt, and now I have access to everything I need. Remove the air box, and it's really not that much. We've got a couple of clips to pop off. We don't need to get any access down into there, so we're basically just going to do the clips and pull the box out. We've got 1, 2 Torx bolts. It just pops out of the wall, and then the intake, remove the intake. All right, so now we've gained access to the motor mount. So now the next step is I have a jack here underneath the oil pan supporting the weight of the engine. I don't have anything jacked up, I just have it pressed in there so that we're gonna take the motor mount and disconnect it, so I don't want anything to drop down. So this is holding the engine in place. So here's the motor mount now. This whole thing is the motor mount. So we've got 1, 2, 3 bolts. There's another bolt here in the back, so 4 total. and then 2 nuts here to take off. And as long as we have the motor supported underneath, we'll be able to take this out. Then the next step is we're going to jack the motor up about 1 inch so that I can get a socket here onto the Torx bolts on the side of the pulley to remove all that so we can gain access to the water pump. All right, so here's the pulley. The engine is loose. It is supported on the jack, and we've got 3 bolts right here on this. And what we're going to do is we're going to twist the pulley assembly from the side under where you've removed the tire at the fender well to twist this to get a bolt up high so I can get a socket on it and loosen it. Then we'll twist the pulley using the lower pulley's ratchet and roll it back, and so we can loosen all 3 of these. So this is what we're using to twist it, to turn it so the bolts are up top.
And then everything went to hell.
Now, and you can see up here, this is the water pump pulley, and there is a bolt right there that is seized. So we have access now that we've dropped the engine down enough to be able to get in. All the inner wheel shrouds are out. I can get a drill on that and try to remove it. This is the new water pump, and you can see this is one of the bolts that actually was not seized. What we're screwing into to hold the pulley in place is the actual water pump. So if I drill this out, these are T45 Torx bolts, which is why they're soft and having problems. But if I can drill this out, even if I screw the threads up, this entire assembly is being replaced with a new one. So I'm not that worried about it. I just need to get those bolts loose so that I can get the pulley off and remove the old water pump. What we've done is dropped the engine down, removed the engine mount, and lowered it down far enough that I can get to it underneath the, this is the passenger side, the wheel has been pulled so that I can gain access to that area. What we're going to do is use a set of left-handed drill bits to drill into this seized screw and use the left-handed drill bits to pull it out. I already sprayed everything with PB Blaster here on all of the pulley nuts to break them down. So hopefully the PB Blaster might help this process. Now the next step is I've got a 13mm here on the tensioner pulley, and we're going to pull it counterclockwise to release the serpentine belt. And then once you have it, the tensioner pulled in, and you get it off of one of the pulleys, you can release the tensioner, and then you should be good to go. So we got the pulley pulled off, and now you can see we have access to the water pump, and the broken off bolts are actually stuck in the water pump, but since this is coming off, we're good to go. Okay, now that we have the water pump exposed, next step is to take out the 5 bolts, and they are reverse Torx bits. I think it's E10. So it's like a star inside there, and that's what's going to pull these off. All right, so all 5 bolts are out, and you can see that's why we used the E10 reverse Torx. So now it's out. We just basically have to pop it off and clean around the side of the block where the water pump goes and put the new one on. So the next step is to place the new water pump in and make sure you've got the seal in place. So we have it seated, and I've got a couple of the bolts in holding it in place. And the next step is to just get all 5 in to make sure the gasket is seated properly. You can feel it. And then we'll start tightening these in a cross pattern. So we'll do like 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 4 o'clock, that kind of thing. So we're going across the face until all 5 are tight. I'm just hand doing them right now just to get all 5 started. All right, water pump is on. Next step, put the pulley back on, and we're replacing the bolts for that as well. All right, so the cover is back on. Use the tensioner pulley again to put the serpentine belt back on. And the next step is to get the engine back up where it needs to be. And we'll use the jack to raise the engine up a little bit, and then use the other jack to lower the car down so that they meet and we can put the engine mount in where it's supposed to be. That's it. Once we put everything back together, just a couple of notes. Just make sure you put your drain plug back in your radiator, and you get the serpentine belt on the correct way. Use the tensioner, and then once everything is all buttoned up, the next step is to fill the radiator and test everything out. Water pump is finished. Car is running great. Have no coolant issues at this point. It's been tested now for about a day. All the coolant levels have been staying the same. And we also changed the coolant temp sensor at the same time, which was giving us another round of problems. The water pump was actually just a leak, but when we were in there doing with all the coolant stuff, we figured we'd change it out. And we have everything good to go. This was a pretty extensive job. I have about 2.5 hours in the water pump. So it's not a quick fix. And these GMs made in these years, they're kind of throwaway cars. It's planned obsolescence. So they don't make it easy. You do have to have some specific tools. All the links for everything that we use is in the description. If you're running into these problems, I hope this helped. If it did, make sure you subscribe here at YouTube. I'm finally he sleeps. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos.